If you're new here, welcome to Your Somatic Life, Love, Leadership and Legacy. I'm Sam Rix and I help high-achieving women like you break free from self-sabotage by bridging the self-healing mindset and business success, because your mind and body are your strategy. Let's get into it. Welcome to today's episode, and today we're going to be sharing 3 somatic micro shifts that you can use right now to find instant calm without burnout. You know that feeling when your mind is racing and your chest feels really tight, and it's like you're carrying 1,000 invisible weights, just really weighing you down. Perhaps it could be something somebody has said to you, something you've seen, something that has caused your body to feel this way. If you're nodding, this is for you. I used to burn out every time I tried to rest. And what does that mean when I say that? Because normally when we hear the word burnout, we associate it with doing, more. We're burned out because we're doing too much. But my body has been in overdrive for such a long period of time that the burnout that I was feeling, the symptoms of burnout, always happened when I tried to rest. And that used to make me scared of resting. That made me used to think I can't stop because every time I stop, I'm going to get ill. And that did happen to me. Every time I thought I'm going to take a week off work, that's when I would get the cold. And it wasn't until I became a body worker, a massage therapist, that I learned why my body releases during that period of rest. And I had to learn to stop being scared of that was what my body needed, was to release. And I had to learn about the healing response. Before I share with you great tips, I want to talk about the healing response because it's something that I never hear anybody talking about enough. And as a qualified therapist in a complementary space, it's really important that we explain to clients, whenever you're going to be doing this type of work on your body, you may experience a reaction of symptoms, a healing response, we call it. And that actually it is normal, it is part of the healing process, and we need to be okay that we're going to perhaps cry, or maybe feel a little bit sick, or maybe start feeling maybe a runny nose, or maybe getting a headache, feeling a little bit dehydrated, feeling like we need to wee a lot. Your body has to get rid of the stress and the trauma and the tension. And if you have spent years in fight or flight mode and your body and your nervous system has held on, fighting through and keeping on going, you will end up in that burnout phase when you stop. And it's so important to talk about this because that is why people are afraid of stopping. They're afraid of going back to having that second massage because they felt really crap after the first one. But that feeling bad was meant to happen so that your body could get rid of it. Where's it going to go otherwise? It needs to go somewhere. There has to be a recovery period. So when I walk clients through like my trigger cycle and our healing response, one of the most important phases is the recovery period. But that might be the period where we have to be the most loving, the most gentle, and the most compassionate with our bodies. And we need to let that stuff happen. We're not always going to have the headache and the runny nose and the upset tummy. Those things will heal themselves. Our body is brilliant. It is so clever. So if we can accept that the healing response is a normal part of the recovery process, then we can start to allow ourselves to have this rest and recovery time that we need. Now, it wasn't until I discovered the power of micro shifting, micro patterns, which is why when I work with clients, I walk them through the micro patterning method, because I learned through my own healing and burnout recovery, it had to be in tiny doses. It had to be within 3 to 5 minutes working on myself very slowly, because my nervous system was in freeze, absolute shutdown. My body couldn't cope with exercises and routines and things that were going to be too much, too soon, which actually compounded the freeze and kept me stuck longer. So when you hear the advice, just go for a jog, just go for a run, just go for a walk, if you are in a freeze state, and you can imagine that possum stuck on the floor, flat out, can't move, completely overwhelmed, and you feel like this weight is on top of you, pushing you down, you cannot just get up and go for a run. It's too much, too soon. And so the first thing we do is, if you can imagine yourself feeling this way, lying on the floor or on your bed, sinking into your mattress, the first thing you do is to just try and rock your body from side to side. Tiny little micro shifts, just lie there rocking from side to side for 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it, stop. Just to bring movement back to your body and help to start shift that energy that's locked within you. Another reason why micro patterning really helped me was because I always felt really guilty as well. It wasn't just the physical symptoms that I would feel when I rested and stopped. It was feeling guilty, or the thoughts spiraling, telling myself that if I stop and rest, I'm just lazy, or I can't do this, I'm not cut out for this. And all of a sudden, the negative self-beliefs just started compounding as well. There was no amount of thinking positively or journaling at that point when I was in this state. I could not think my way out of it. How many of you resonate with this, feeling like, I don't journal properly, it's not working for me, I've tried affirmations, if anything, they're just pissing me off, they're making me angry. I can't just sit there and say I feel good enough when I feel absolutely crap. There's a reason why you have that reaction to toxic positivity seen in your content on your newsfeed all the time in your face, to be thinking positively. You cannot think your way out of this place that is a nervous system body problem. We have to get our body on board. So, 3 really great somatic micro patterning shifts that you can do over the next couple of days, one at a time, and just spend 3 to 5 minutes on each one. So, anchoring your breath. We cannot underestimate the power of our breath, one of the most free tools that you have, to just take one slow, deep breath in right now. Deep breath in. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for longer. If you can exhale for 6 to 7 seconds, this signals safety to your body. Place your hands on your chest over your heart, both hands. Press a little weight down onto your chest and try again. Breathing in. Hold for 4. And exhale when you're ready. Nice, long, slow exhale. And keep doing that repeatedly for 3 to 5 minutes, signaling to your nervous system that you are safe. Breathing in relaxation. Hold for 4. And exhale and release any unnecessary tension. And just sink back into your body. And the second technique is the grounding scan. It's so simple. Just notice wherever you are, whether you're lying down, whether you're sitting down, wherever you are, notice your feet touching the floor or the mattress, wherever you are, and just allow your feet to sink onto that surface. And wiggle your toes. Feel the sensations in your feet as you wiggle your toes. And just notice a subtle shift in your awareness to just feeling more grounded. And then move those sensations up to your legs and perhaps just tensing your calf muscles. Just give a little squeeze and release. And just as you continue grounding yourself, you can work through your body all the way up through every body part, all the way to your head, and repeat that process. And as you squeeze and release all of your muscles and body parts, you'll just feel yourself grounded. And that feeling is your neutral state. And that's why this is such a powerful exercise, because so much of the time in our daily lives, we're not actually in our neutral state because we're having to be really busy at work, or we're having to look after the kids, or whatever it is that we're doing. We forget what neutral feels like. After you've done your squeeze and release work and you lie there, that is your neutral state. So when in life something comes up for you, let's say, for example, an argument or something triggers you, you immediately can recognize you're now not in your neutral state. And that awareness will help you learn how to get back to your neutral state when you know you're not in it. And the third somatic micropatterning shift that I'm going to be sharing is soothing touch. Now, as part of my work as a massage therapist, touch is one of the most powerful things that we humans need to have for our nervous system due to the thousands of nerve endings that live just underneath our skin. Scientifically proven to immediately activate the parasympathetic nervous system and get us into a relaxed state. It helps us with connection, it helps us with feeling safe, and it helps all of our body systems relax, including things like blood flow, lymph flow, circulation, all of it. Our hands also work as almost like a grounding conductor. If you can think about, and I love this analogy of a lightning strike. And a lightning strike is, let's say, the trigger or the stress or the tension or the trauma, and it hits your body. We need to have a conductor to fight that off. The hands, the contact from somebody else to you, that loving touch that soothed you when you were a baby, is exactly how you can discharge that stress. So take one hand and gently place it on your upper arm, like a hug, and just close your eyes for a moment and just notice how that feels. hold your hand there and just notice how that feels to give yourself a nice big hug and a squeeze. And nice and slowly run your hands down your arms from your shoulders all the way down your forearms to the tips of your fingers. And repeat, just stroking, soothing touch from your shoulders all the way down to the tips of your fingers. If you have supportive people around you that can do this for you, then that's an additional bonus. But it also works just as well to do on yourself, just for a few moments. And that's it. Really powerful nervous system reset. The fastest way to calm, relax, and feel safe again is not in your head or your mindset. It's in your body. I hope you really enjoyed this today. Go away and try those techniques and let me know how they work for you. I always love hearing responses from people who say they've listened to an episode or they've read one of my blogs or watched a video and they've tried it and this is how they felt afterwards. And if you'd like to learn more about this and why it works for you, with one of my first reset routines already in there for you to try today, you can grab that for free on my website at samanthajrix.com/reset. The nervous system pattern interrupt that you didn't know you needed in your life. Take care. Speak soon. If today's episode resonated with you, don't let that insight stop here. Transformation happens when we take action. I've put together some of my best tools and resources to help you break free from self-sabotage and step into aligned success. You can get instant access just by subscribing at samanthajrix.com/subscribe. And if you loved this episode, make sure to hit follow so you don't miss what's coming next. And I'll see you soon. Take care.